Obviously,
but the rock here is like more fresh, right? Like it's not. It is not. You don't see, like, usually when rock sloughs off after like 10, 15 years, you start to see plants growing there again. There's still no plants growing here.
It's not aged.
It doesn't look like it is aged.
It's pretty new, pretty fresh.
Yeah.
Fresh wounds.
Or fresh enough.
I think I would just take a moment.
Ooh, and you also see, in the sky above you, meteors, like, pummeling down from all different directions. Like, some of them zipping across the sky, some of them, like, hitting, like, the mountains. In the distance, you see just poofs of smoke billowing up. It looks like, almost like you have flown up into battle.
I think I just the type of person he is. It wouldn't take any more than a moment to kind of just glance off of his and fly right back down, and immediately he would demand to know the year, where, if anybody knew what had happened or why we are in the situation we are.
So, by this time, it's been a couple minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's 2285.
Which is approximately 1,200 years since what you remember the year being.
I'm like, you want a Jimmy Dean sausage later? They're yummy.
Okay, so this is happening. Under your feet right now, the ground has started to like turn into like this black and red, like wavy substance.
okay.
As like now the manuscript that you're reading from is dripping this like astral smoke onto the ground, and you see it like filling up this space around you.
Okay.
Right? It even with your dark heritage, like this feels dark.
Yeah.
You see every once in a while like a face come up out of the manuscript that you're reading, and then in agony get pulled into this darkness and go into the ground. It is terrifying, but fills you with glee at the same time.
Yeah.
The document starts to lift up out of your hands as it just kind of like starts to hover in front of your face. The bones that have been sewed into it, they start to light up with some type of the first kind of like surface thought that goes through your head is that maybe there's some kind of arcane magic, but then you realize it's not arcane magic. It's probably like something that they fed to these animals or to these creatures to imbue the bones themselves with magic, right? Like they're not enchanted. These are magical bones. And like this document, like you see the layers of flesh that was made into it start to like separate and like pancake out. And then as you finish the last incantation, it slaps together and falls into your hands again. And now like the pool of dark energy that has started at your feet, you look down and you're like, there was supposed to be more. And and you look. What are you thinking?
Please tell me we see the smoke coming out of the cave.
Sweet.
I'm thinking I did it right. So, would she think she messed it up? No, it looks like she did it right. I'm just going to give a quick prayer to Lolth and say, I've done your deed and spun your web, and then I start running out.
And
Screaming.
as you do, you quickly realize that every time you take a step, where you step becomes corrupted ground.
Oh.
And as you run, this corruption just trails behind you as like a billowing cloud of darkness.
This will be a very subtle effect, I think.
I run out screaming.
So what you guys see is there's a tunnel right here. And running, screaming out of it is this beautiful elven woman, hair just trailing in the wind, a wonderfully ornate river type necklace of gems strewing down onto her ample bosom, with a like golden, like magically golden like robes that are like draped, and she is just booking it as this darkness, this cloud of evil faces, like reaching out and then getting pulled back in, like follows behind her. What are you doing?
Also running, I think, when I see this, because I know who this person is. I know what Anansi wants to do here. I'm not sticking around for it.
Okay, what are you doing?
I go, oh, she had the enchiladas. No wonder she had to go into that cave. Oh. But I'm sitting there eating my sausage links.
So you're just gonna stay there?
Yeah, I think I'm just hanging out here.
Okay, what are you doing?
I start running all around here. I was like, oh!
Are you running past Otter? Like,
Okay,
I'm gonna
she's
say
right
you're like
there.
you're right here
Okay.
when you came out.
Okay.
So are you gonna run like straight towards Otter, or are you gonna run towards these guys?
We're gonna run towards these guys first. We're gonna take the long way around.
Okay, you see her run past them, like they're not. Let's see. Oh, poor guys. So the mage, you see, he turns around and he quickly casts shield, and as he does, like before the shield can even go up, like as it's going up, you see like his finger touch this cloud, and it crawls down his body and like starts, like his fingers start decaying off and falling as he turns and screams in agony as the cloud touches him and just disintegrates his body. The two knights, before they can even pick up their blade, the same thing happens. What are you guys doing?
I'm not getting anywhere near this. Although I will come back to see if I can find a teleportation scroll from his corpse. But not right now. Just want to put that out there.
Okay. Otter, what are you doing?
Otter sits
Anansi is running towards you with this cloud following
up.
her.
Yeah, she's coming this way though. Right?
Yep.
I'm like, go some other way. I still got a sausage link. I'm like, what is going on? And then I guess so did this bellow out and disperse, or is it like
It seems to be like kind of extending from wherever she steps. So like the path that she took, it is like a 10-foot radius.
Sure.
And like I don't know, it's leaving a 10-foot wide trail behind her.
Are you around here somewhere?
Yeah, you landed, but you're all bewildered.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna ask you what did you bring here? What is that?
I think that he kind of takes a moment to assess the situation, but with all of the fresh emotion he's now seeing, I'm gonna, as fast as I can, I'm gonna catch up to you, and
With my cloud?
Are you gonna approach her head on?
Yep, head on, and I am going to cast protection from evil and good
Okay.
Oh!
On her?
on her. Yep.
Can you protect her from herself? Is the question.
No, right? How's
So
that?
I'll read you the description of the spell so
Well,
that you can.
I'm already protected, so he's just definitely protecting me.
Yeah, I think you cast the spell, and you feel that it has totally worked.
That I'm safe from this thing that's following
It
me
says you're
around.
protected against aberrations, celestials, elementals, fey fiends, and undead. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls. The target can't be charmed, frightened, possessed by them. The target is already charmed, frightened, or possessed such creature. The target has advantage on a new saving throw against the relevant effect.
Yeah, you can totally cast that.
I think it would be more for not necessarily effect, but flavor. Like he just doesn't know what's going on.
Yep.
He sees this
Yep.
princess.
Do you stop running, or you just stand there after you got past these three and you saw them like disintegrate,
Yes.
or do you approach your party?
I say, everyone, you must get far away. I encountered something, I don't know what, in the back cave, and it's following me.
How does that spell? How does it look like it affects?
The spell that she has cast, or the spell that
The
you
spell
cast?
I cast.
So you see its shimmering protection around this individual, but it doesn't seem that the other whatever is happening has any impact. Like that, your spell has any impact on that. What are you guys doing?
Running.
Otter, you just
I'm-
eating your hot dog?
No. So as I'm running backwards, I'm like, Kreese, have the last Jimmy Dean's, and he goes like this, and this. I don't know if you see this, but Clarice's mouth opens up, and he throws the hot dog in, or the sausage link, and it closes back up as he's fucking running backwards, away from the.
Do I see that?
Do you want to see? Yeah, yes. Let's say you see it. He called your name, and you turn around to see.
Kree, look at this weird thing I have.
Well, I think he was talking to his stomach. You have another person or something inside of you? Or?
Oh yeah.
You see the mouth in his stomach open up, almost like a mimic.
God. I think in this moment he's just like unholy creatures. Just
Just everywhere.
starts taking off.
Okay, which way are you going? Up, out, left, right, straight?
Up and out. Yeah,
Up and out?
Straight
Okay.
up as much as I can.
Okay. What and what are you going to do now?
I just keep running around here,
Okay.
disrupting all of it.
Okay, so you're running around like with a Looney Tunes style dust cloud
Yeah.
of horror behind you, and like once you like loop back in,
Yeah.
you see like once your head is back inside that cloud,
Yeah.
you see all of these like astral spirits
Yeah.
like clawing and gnashing at the stone, like pulling, like you see them like reaching into stones and pulling stuff out.
Ooh.
You see a couple of the statues that were in this space. They reach into the statue, and like you can see them grabbing that the like the throat of the being that was that statue,
Yeah.
and ripping it out as like that being is trying to stay inside its own statue, and like as it comes out, like it just like gets ripped in half, and like you see now like there's attached to these statues are these like ripped and corrupted souls. Like the soul itself has been like torn apart, and don't know what effect that would have if you tried to reanimate these statues, but it might be interesting to find out. But over the course of the next couple of minutes, as this cloud seems to be centralized right here, like you guys are backing away. What are you doing up in the sky? Are you just hovering there, or?
I don't even know what's going through his mind. It's just so much all of a sudden.
So you all see this cloud start to settle as the cloud slowly recedes, and as it does, like on the ground, there is I'm gonna say like a tentacle shadow, like kind of emanating out from like this one central location of darkness, and it all comes back in.
I was gonna say, as it's receding, I am stealthily transferring the cleaver from Anansi to the host's hand.
Okay. And you feel this effect, like now you understand kind of what's going on. You feel the effect start to wear off, and it like comes back. And now standing in the center of this darkness spot, you see again this golden elf woman now holding that cleaver.
And I scream as I'm holding it.
Princess Zelda.
Yep, and then I'm still just trying to act. I look around. I see that it looks goodly desecrated, and I also run out.
The general like ambient air here now feels wrong. You know when you're like at a zoo, you feel maybe the wildlife there, and it kind of gives you this comforting feeling of knowing that there's another like spiritual entity or like another soul around you, right? In this particular space, like as you guys like walk towards it, you start to have a disquieted feeling of like whatever these souls are, they are not right. Like the statues that are here, like you feel like they're looking at you as you walk by. It feels all forms of wrong. And you see
I see.
for the first time a handful of little spiders kind of like come out of places, and like you as you see the spiders, you understand that there were some little like glowing pockets that you didn't understand what they were at first, but these were pockets to the demon, the Everweb, I think I forget the name of it now, the demon realm of Lolth. And these are little spiders that are coming directly from that realm to this location.
Good stuff.
Do I get a sense of like getting up in the air, kind of seeing everything? Do I get a feeling like something has shifted here?
Yes. It's give me an insight check to understand if you can understand what has caused this shift. 12. It is, from your perspective, maybe it's like that blade. Like you know that blade is somehow cursed, and things that get close to it also tend to get cursed. You're probably thinking that that tiefling that was looting that place and like somehow managed to like the royalty somehow managed to break free of this of the petrification curse. Don't know how that happened. Maybe it was the weird proximity of this cursed blade that caused that to happen. Somehow maybe the blade touched them and that was like the two curses kind of cancel each other out. But like that curse now has been transferred, and what you saw was like the curse transfer ritual of that blade.
Have they convened yet?
I am gonna go loot that wizard corpse. I don't care how spooky this place is.
And loot the wizard corpse you do.
Yes.
He has a teleportation scroll.
Foretold.
He has a very well documented spell book
Okay.
that goes. It seems to have like the spell books that you've had in your possession only go up to a certain level of complexity. This one seems to go well beyond that, and based on your like read of this wizard, it might even have gone beyond his complexity. Okay, like he'd been working on stuff that like researching stuff that he couldn't even do yet. So you have a lot of spells in this book. And the only other thing you find where those other soldiers were is a couple of decent looking blades and a pile of cash, a pile of gold coins.
Sweet.
I forget that was earlier. Is that banquet having a benefit, or is it just random?
It is just an ornate thing that's worth a lot of money. Otter, what are you doing?
Well, I'm looking over here, and I imagine wherever you're cooking, I imagine that's desecrated now.
It is.
So I'm like, oh, I didn't get sausage patties. I got the links. The Wayne. Just woke up. Friends are gone. Got freaking Lady Christmas running around here. Desecrating shit. God, I haven't barely woken up yet. I'm like, well, I'm gonna look at my bag, see if anything's appeared in my bag.
And in fact, there is something new in your bag.
Yay! Awesome for this guy.
As you pull the, it's a little dog, right?
Yeah.
As you pull the dog out of your bag, it looks at you and smiles.
Awesome. I ask if it has a name.
It looks at you and smiles.
Okay. Mentally, I ask it if it has a name.
It looks at you and smiles.
Okay. Cool.
It blinks its eyes.
Okay.
It's just kind of like,
Okay. Alright. We got a new buddy.
but you certainly get the impression that it's looking at you, like it kind of turns its head a little bit when you ask it questions. But
Okay. I put him next to Dolly, and I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
it looks at Dolly
Awesome.
and smiles.
All right. Anything else?
That's all that's in there.
All right. Perfect. Awesome. So, like, hey, old man, what'd you find over there?
I got some kind of wizard book. I don't think I can really use it, but it looks neat, I guess. Teleport scroll that they were going to use, but find his keepers, you know what I'm saying? And they had some coins. So I just added the collection to be shared at a later time.
As you're like finishing up your sentence, I like interrupt and I'm like, I got a dog. I got
Please
a dog.
don't tell me it's a real dog, Otter.
No.
Okay.
Look.
It looks at you and smiles.
I don't like it.
Awesome.
Did we not divvy them up before?
No, I like for the coins. To me, honestly, it makes more sense to wait till we get to town. Because
I had the diamonds in the
I gave you
wire.
one. I gave you one to talk to.
Want all of them.
But you now have a whole pouch of little diamonds.
Yeah, you've not told us about your loot.
I'm like, hey, is that ash over there? Are those like dead people? What is that?
What, do you mean the?
That you're rifling through, yes.
Oh, yeah, it's the soldiers and the wizard. They kind of got defiled. I don't know what we want to call whatever happened here. And I actually don't really want to stand here by them anymore, so if we could get going, that would be great.
Okay, well, I want to throw a little bit of that ash in the bag here so we can share.
I'm not picking it up.
Oh, I will.
Yeah, okay.
I will.
Have at it.
So, you know that the next nearest elven town is Theumanur, which is to the east of this location.
It would make sense to take Lady Christmas there.
I think at this time, I don't have much more else to go on, so I would kind of fly down and land and kind of assess the situation and walk inside the temple and just kind of see what's going on. I mean, I see obviously this guy rifling through some ashes. I see this creepy little...
And other than that, like, all you see is these various statues that resemble like the poses that you were in for all that time, just trying to get away from the creature.
Yeah, I think this is also overwhelming. He just kind of sighs, like, what the fuck is going on? And just kind of looks around. Where are you at right now?
I'm probably like,
Are you visible?
yeah, I'm visible. I'm like here.
Yep.
I
He
would
is,
just,
like,
I
keep
would walk up again.
so
and
many
see-
minis.
The only thing he knows is they just walked up to Lady Kristen and what happened? What did you see?
I don't know. Suddenly, this black smoke started emerging from the cave I was in, and it just started spreading everywhere, as you saw. And those poor people died as it followed behind me, and then it just disappeared. And here was this cleaver.
No,
you
I'll
just
let you.
seem lucky to be alive, Your Highness.
I think it's this creepy little boy. What's that? The quesadillas, maybe?
Enchiladas.
The enchiladas? Is that what it was called?
This will do a number on you.
I have no idea what this entity was that caused all this devastation.
Well, I'm glad you're okay.
Yes, thank you for your protective
I
spell.
apologize for abandoning you. In your moment of need, I tried my best.
So where are you?
He probably landed next to me.
Yeah.
And so I'd imagine
You guys were
we're
over there.
I
right?
was. I am getting out of here as soon as I get what I want.
Okay,
Because this place gives me the heebies and the
I'd
jeebies.
say, considering we don't even know what has happened here, it might be best for us all to leave and stick together in case anything else occurs.
If anything else occurs, I do not want to be near you, Your Highness.
Yeah.
Oh,
No offense intended, but after what just happened,
such insolence.
I don't find it insolent, Your Highness. If I don't want to be near it, the curse that just defiled this holy place,
I'm like,
Your Highness.
does the Highness want a marshmallow?
Does-
Go like, just eat on
Well, as it seems,
I guess.
that.
my home is gone, my mission failed.
Well,
It appears I've been petrified much longer than I had anticipated, so I am lost. So.
okay, so yeah, out here is all petrified little forest, and then here's the cave, and then little caves, right?
There's two tunnels that go back this way.
Okay.
And this whole side is rock face. Kind of along the edges here, there's a little bit of rubble. Kind of has fallen down into the forest floor. There's a couple of places where the trees from above had fallen down and broken through some of the petrification, but at the same time, like, some trees had regrown. So like there's like spots where the let me describe this. There are spots where, because you had the collapse from above, the foliage had opened up and trees had had a chance to grow again, but then those two had turned to petrification. So like walking close to the rock face, probably very problematic. you go out maybe 300-400 yards, and there are pretty open streets that are just peppered with statues.
I also forgot one aspect. She's holding that cleaver, right?
Yes, now she is.
God. I think that needs to be explored a little bit more because I seen that cleaver and you know I saw the transition. So I think before any of that happens, this cursed sword. How did you come to it?
It appeared in my hand after all the smoke dissipated, and I cannot let it go.
Gosh, just sounds like a curse to me.
It's a defiled weapon. You should be rid of it. And I will try to cast Lesser Restoration on it.
So you cast Lesser Restoration, and you as you complete the incantation,
I wouldn't mind being rid of it. I've
You-
been cursed since I picked it up.
you take 5 points of of necrotic damage, as the curse itself like reaches out and like reflects back at you the attempt to break it.
Disgusting, foul greed.
I pretend to weep a little bit.
It is beyond my capabilities, but we will find a way to be rid of it.
What did the spiders do?
The little ones,
Mhm.
you see them all just kind of like you see them kind of like spreading out and trying to find little places to hide. Like they're all they all seem to be doing mundane spider things from your perspective.
Okay, are there some over by us then?
Oh yeah, like they're now like literally everywhere here. They're like some littler ones are like hiding between the tiles. Like you can see them like sticking their heads out. Like the place seems to be just infested with itty bitty spiders at this point.
Right. So Otter's done putting ashes in the bag. And he's
Are you
like-
grabbing a spider in the bag?
I'm like, ooh, spiders.
Yeah.
And I go over and I'm like talking to them and you know, just kind of petting them and looking at them and hanging out with them. I'm like, you know,
Give me an animal handling check to see if you can pet them.
Is he still wearing the Eric Hopper face?
Yes.
That's horrible. So what is it? 6.
Yeah, you try to pet the spider. I mean, it's a tiny little spider, and it perceives you as trying to squish it. So he sneaks back in.
Okay. So and I take the dog and I put the dog hanging out of the bear claw pouch that I got.
Okay.
So it's kind of got a little seat as we can.
So you guys see a this little doggy bear dog hanging now in a like it is a bear like paw that has been like cut, and this teddy bear is now sticking inside there like it's a sleeping bag with its arms hanging out, and it's just there like this, and every time you get close it goes.
Sure, yeah.
I think he wants to know what's going on, but it's all just been too much, and so he's kind of just like, oh, okay, like just completely trying to ignore the dynamic that's going on here. You're the only one that seems reasonably sane
Thank you.
around here.
I cannot believe Guil didn't take me with him.
Yeah.
I was just feeling hurt and betrayed.
I seem normal, I just seem cursed.
No, now you have a really messed up sword in your hand.
Yeah, but I'm cursed. I was normal before.
Totally normal.
Well,
Okay,
unfortunately, I don't have greater restoration. If I did, I would.
So it has been a little while this morning. We are at, I believe, 3, 4.
3.
No, 4. 4. You're right. 4. I'll write that down so I don't lose
Well,
my.
everyone needs to roll. We need
Oh,
4.
Big dice.
Oh, okay.
I got my. Where's my? Oh, yeah.
No.
it
So
has
this
to
is.
be a big
It's got to be a big dice.
Where's the
What about a medium dice?
Are we out of? Oh wait, maybe I have it in
We
here.
have another
We
couple.
have 4
Yeah, there's
here.
a red, white, and
Oh,
blue.
he found one.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody roll.
I've got a blue one here if somebody wants
Oh, I
one.
want the blue one.
Blue
Okay.
one's bad.
I want the blue one. If it's bad, it's bad.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
17.
12.
Okay, what do we got again? Sorry. Start right there.
12.
12. Okay. Okay.
17.
Okay.
1.
Oh,
What'd you get?
7.
7.
1.
Oh. This
Okay,
will be interesting.
I need you to roll a D12. Sorry, a D8.
Three.
3.
Somehow that's your reaction.
I you know, sometimes I just really love my job. Roll a D100 for me.
Uh-oh.
Twenty.
20. Okay.
Natural 20.
And a D100. That's a 15.
Okay. So we're gonna start walking.
I guess.
Yeah.
Not staying here.
Okay, so yeah, I get behind Taylor and I start following Taylor down.
Right. Down.
Taylor, this has been fun.
Which way are we headed? So where we're at, this is straight. This way is due north.
Okay.
This is back towards Pyrez and Jigalhab, and this way is like directly east and south is where you want to go.
Then that's the way we're going.
Okay, so you're gonna go like up a little bit down the street, or are you gonna try to like skirt the mountain to head like it's shortest path is skirt the mountain, like literally the shortest path, but it is also more impeded. Like, there's more like undercover and brush and just downfall there. So if you go like into the city a little bit, but to make that path, it would be an easier traversal.
Probably not then.
Okay.
So where are we going?
Who's leading the way?
Are we taking the bird guy with us?
I mean, I suppose if we're going in the same direction, it makes sense to travel together. As long as the
Well, he's
your
from
highness can
right?
keep that sword from doing whatever that was. Looks like Circe is maybe where we're heading if we're going.
Yep.
East.
Now, as of right now, I'm familiar with the area, but I'm also going to say that as weird as a dynamic as this would be, I'm essentially going to pose as a bodyguard.
Yeah.
So what you want me to do is what. So if you want me to stay out front of everybody, I will. Until I know better, that's.
So in character, have this conversation if you would, please. Or are you just gonna do it?
Naturally.
Okay. So you don't know that you have a bodyguard, but
Yeah.
you're acting as one. Okay.
Yeah, I've taken it upon myself as I've lost all other purpose for myself. That this is I brought it upon me. Maybe as a sort of like a pseudo.
Penance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I've kind of I've owed it to myself or owed it to somebody to protect this last sliver of something that I know.
Okay.
Yay!
Within the bounds of the religious figure that I follow. So you take it as far as you can take it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where
So
are we going, guys?
as we walk through these derelict houses, there are derelict shops. There are derelict houses. You are seeing. So as you leave this immediate space where the trees, because of the combat and everything, the trees had been broken and crumbled and like given way to an opening in the canopy. As you venture back into the forest, you are seeing now large trees that have grown up through some of these structures, but then subsequently turned to stone. In some cases, you see them, you see people that look like they were like trying to run, like both away and towards the temple. You see some that were like in states of trying to hide. You see some that are like still like hanging on, like they were trying to climb down a wall or climb up a wall, and like you recognize that there's like where they're at, there's an unfortunate shadow like underneath their face, so that like as they were climbing, maybe the creature like popped out of this shadow like right in front of them to look at them. It is a horrorscape of just sad outcomes for these individuals. Is there anything that you guys want to do as you are now kind of leaving this location? You feel like you have looted enough?
Yeah, I've looted enough.
I mean, is there like a potions shop that we see?
Give me a perception check or investigation check.
I'm
Otter.
just gonna look around for different plants and vegetation.
Give me a investigation check.
12.
12. You see a shop marked apothecary in Sylvan. You gonna go inside quick?
I guess, yeah.
Asking the party to stop, or are you gonna have them just continue on?
Oh, do you guys mind if we check out the potion shop real quick? I imagine nobody else is using it, and potions can be handy in battle in my
Yeah,
experience.
go for it. I get a dirty
Can
20.
I step out for a bit while you guys go through this?
Yeah. So you find a lot of like just decayed plant matter that is just kind of like it's like the plants that have been dried and inside for like a stupid long amount of time, where like you look at them and they start to crumble, right? You see a mortar and pestle that appears to be made out of wood, but should have decayed a long time ago. So maybe an enchanted mortar and pestle. There's a handful of vials that are they're laying on the table, kind of like fallen in on themselves, but they have a wax coating on the top, on top of the cork. So cork looks to be a little bit like decayed-ish, but the wax seal still seems to be pretty good. And there are like 50 to 100 of these things just kind of strewn about.
Okay.
They're all relatively small in size. You have a number of larger vials there that are like almost big decanters. Same wax seal. You see a bunch that like a couple of them have like plants growing in them. There's a couple that appear to be open to the elements but still have a liquid in them somehow. There's maybe a couple of like floaties in there. It is literally a cornucopia of potions that is just sitting on the counters here. Some of them had been sealed in a way that they would persist. Others had not, and that seal has somehow like decayed, but the potion inside may still be good.
Okay. I guess my plan would be to just grab maybe like between 5 and 10 of the best sealed ones I can find.
Okay.
We want to decide later what those are.
Just 5 to 10 just general potions, or 5 to 10 of the same, or what are we? or just 5 to the 10
General
of the
potions
ones?
for fun.
General potions. Okay. Anybody else want to grab some while we're at the freebie mart?
Sure.
What you grabbing?
I'm gonna try to get the oddest looking ones I can.
Give me a investigation. How about you, my feathery friend?
Oops. I mean, I have
17.
17. Okay.
abilities, but I feel like it's not very bad thing to have. Could I make like a medicine check to discern which ones are healing potions and which ones are
Yes, you can.
commanding?
Okay, so you see 2 potions. One of them seems to have a fish that still is swimming around in it on the inside. Like you look closely and it's not like a real fish. It looks like maybe a magical fish. Like just kind of trapped in there. Another one is like when you look at it, like an eye will form inside and look right back at you and like focus on you and then close.
Like, these are cool.
Okay, so
And so, you're in the potion shop?
Yeah. I wouldn't. I try not to leave Lady Krishna, but I feel like she's maybe has no interest in potions or whatever. She just kind of. So I feel okay enough to walk in there by myself. But yes.
Like, hey, bird guy, would you want this thing? I don't know if you could use it.
I'll grab the mortar and pestle as well. Seems like it's enchanted. And maybe you could pawn
I've
it
never
to
seen
somebody.
a bird guy. This is cool.
I've never seen
and are you leaving the large selection of vials?
My name's Otter, by the
a
way.
face changer of sorts.
The ones that I grabbed?
No, there's a like
You're very
there's
interesting.
one section
You are wearing
that was like a
face
large tray.
my
of-
kind, but you are
of vials.
clearly not.
The tray has since
You
like
don't want to
decayed
see my
away,
real face.
but
If
all
you do,
those
I can
100 or
show
so
you.
vials are just
We'll
kind of
just
sitting there.
leave it
I mean, I don't really want to like.
I'll introduce you to my
If
sister.
my concern is if I grab all of them,
at. Okay.
they'll like break at some point, and then I might just have like a weird
She
soup in
around
my bag of holding.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the bag of holding they can't break
They can't.
unless you dump them out.
Oh.
Interesting.
Oh.
Yeah, let's trade places again.
I don't know that Taylor's interested in resource management in terms of sifting through a bunch of potions. So I'll probably leave those alone.
Okay, Anansi,
Yes.
in the potion shop, is there anything that you want to try to grab? There's tons and tons of potions.
Is this still on?
Yeah, I think so. I'll double check.
Make sure.
Yep. Oh, and I didn't put my hat back on. And my hat's out there, so I should put this hat on here. There you go.
Well, how has Kree been acting to them taking potions?
Kree's taking some too.
Okay, well,
By the way, the medicine check is a natural 20 plus 6 for 26.
Okay. You find, as you're looking around for this, you see a, like, an enchanted, like a druid's herbalist bag. It has, it seems to be the only soft thing in this place that is still durable, but it is a leather pouch. Inside, it has a small handful of tools that you could use for like medicinal purposes or for like harvesting plants. And it has 6 bright red vials in it. The vials, the glass is like extra shiny and seems to be like enchanted.
Okay.
The corks on it are extra shiny and seems to be enchanted. Like everything about this particular pouch seems to have like extra care was given for it. And it wasn't easy to find. Like it was kind of stashed away someplace. But that's what you find.
Okay, so 6 red vials. I'm assuming like herbalist or botanist tools.
Yep. I can get you the stats for it here.
Yeah, I guess I look and see if there's health potions.
You find about 10 lesser healing potions that still seem to be unquestionably good. There's one that looks like it is maybe more problematic.
Okay.
You
Get a craving?
Yes, you get a whiff of something, and you see on the table, like the thing that is attracting your attention, there are 100 vials, like piled up in a little spot, and it smells delicious.
Yeah. I am trying to grab a bunch of those.
How many?
So how long did it take last time before I got like a craving?
It was like 6 to 12 hours.
And if I can all fill my bag.
Take all of it?
So, yeah, I don't think you wouldn't know. Okay, yeah, you don't know.
Like a Gale sort of situation. Walker's Gate.
No.
Magic items or something.
No.
So I look for a couple of healing potions too, just 3 or 4.
Okay, and you find like in the spot where Anansi was digging, you find a couple that she missed.
Okay.
So how
So-
many black market?
Let's say
So one she wants, or one that I can use.
this is proper healing potions, and you find 5 of them, lesser healing.
How many questionable ones did I find?
55.
Okay.
Do I find any that she doesn't see?
You gonna look for some?
Yeah. Do an investigation.
You find 3 that she missed.
And then with my mask, I actually change into more of a normal-looking little boy kind of face.
Okay.
So I don't look like a bird anymore.
Okay.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm still just. It's too much to delve into right now.
Okay.
Just ignoring the
So-
dynamic.
Back on the road, we continue traveling, and as you are walking, there is a rumble in the distance and an explosion. And the 3 of you recognize these sounds as imposing or imminent incoming danger. I would like the 3 of you to take a dexterity save with advantage. They jump. What are you going to do? As they look, they're jumping and diving apparently out of the way. What are you going to do?
Yes, and that's one.
25.
I think naturally I would just fly up.
Okay, so you into the air.
16.
16. Okay.
I don't know what she's plus, but she's got a net.
Okay, so you hear this sound. You guys like instinctively dive out of the way, not even knowing where the danger is coming from, and a meteor comes through, like at a kind of a glancing angle through the trees, and you hear it just snapping off as it's barreling through the wood, this petrified woods, and starts to impact like house after house, and like the rubble just goes flying. You all manage to like get out of the way. This give me a dexterity save. Just sort of straight roll for you, since you're up in the air.
And I get that 21 on getting the plants and stuff like that.
That was the 2 that I gave you. Or what were you?
That was right.
Oh, no, no. Oh, sorry. Yes. So, you were outside looking around.
So dexterity or something?
Yes.
17.
17. Okay. So can you do me a favor? Go out in just outside here. There is a large plastic bag. Grab one of the small things out of that large plastic bag.
So mysterious. Get a small thing out of a large plastic bag.
Do you see it there?
Yeah.
New glasses.
Actually, I've had them for a little while. Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks.
Tony Stark's.
That's what I was
You
gonna
Yeah,
know what?
that's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Everybody's like Iron Man, Ant-Man.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah. And it was funny because they were $40 with my prescription, and I was just like, well, if
We
they
don't
suck,
do
at
this.
least they're kind of fun.
So you're looking around for plants, and you can't find anything that is living.
Mhm.
But what you do find is,
That's what you're looking for?
yep,
Yes. Another teddy. Teddy.
Otter, you gotta stop picking that stuff up.
Oh, these are great.
Crawling with diseases.
Look at that. Oh, teddy and help me get buddies. They're best buddies now.
so this particular teddy, it is immaculately clean.
Hmm.
Why did Otter pick it up? You wouldn't want that.
It looks like it was just as clean as it was from the day it was made.
Really?
Um,
Great.
granted,
Probably a
that
blood stain on the
Yeah, I
back.
was gonna say, in stark contrast to the actual teddy bear you're holding.
It really
Right.
looked like that.
I've had worse. But yeah, this is amazing.
it's even got a little mustache there.
Oh yeah, you know what? Yeah, where are the mustaches?
I just seen it.
Yeah, yeah, it's
In that
folded
box,
up.
man.
We have it in the box somewhere.
Yeah.
Here.
I really hope that all of these become like the amalgamation was that word?
Amalgamation.
Amalgamation of all of them just like combined to one massive
Like
monster.
some horrible chimera.
Yeah, of teddies. Yeah, it's a good idea, Larry.
It is a good idea.
That's its ultimate form. Show you my true form.
Or punches stuff in him.
Yeah. Or they all do that. They form an armor on him, a big mech of teddies. That Otter can.
Form of teddy armor.
Oh, you guys are the best. Look at this. Everybody gets dressed up for the party. They go, even you, Mr. Birdman, you get a mustache. Here, Billy, put on your beak.
Set it on top of my
Right? It's like on the side. Like doesn't even
Put
make
it right here on the rim of your hat.
sense. Can I talk to it? I'm talking to the teddy bear, seeing if he's saying anything.
It just seems quiet. It give me a Arcana check to see if you can understand what the nature of that spell is.
13.
15. It looks like it was just like somebody cast a spell on it to keep it clean,
Oh,
so that whatever the baby was doing, like it didn't affect the teddy.
well, doggy, you got a new buddy now. Buddy.
So, as you guys all dive out of the way, this massive meteor comes kind of barreling through this space. You are up high enough that like the rubble that it is kicking up is like churning underneath you, as it kind of impacts like just in front of your party. The shops, you're kind of in a shopping district, and the shops that were there, like they just started spewing out stuff like onto the road. There is a like I guess upstream of the meteor from where you are, like billowing into the road. You have like a whole bunch of whole bunch of how do I explain this? Like armor, like equipment, right? Like the pieces that people use to build armor, chunks that are used for making sure that the pieces of your armor stick together. You see little like scales of overly shiny metal, like in this space. And one thing catches your eye. It is a like golden rope, like a section of thread or rope, maybe like about that thick, that like is maybe 2 or 3 feet long. But I need you to give me a charisma save.
That's another cursed item. The lasso of truth.
Okay. It looks very magical. It totally catches your eye and kind of like calls to you. But beyond that,
I think I don't see. He's kind of taken on, he's already pseudo abandoned everything he stood for. He has nothing left. So, it wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world for him to turn a new leaf and check it out, pick it up.
You could have some shiny string.
Yeah. So I think it just, by one of his claws, he'll kind of pick it up and hold it in front of him and kind of look at it.
okay. When you like, as you pick it up, it kind of like effervesces, almost a little bit of like, let's say, gold dust, like gold pixie dust, right? The three of you see this, and I need you guys to roll a charisma save. I showed you the number already, so I'm not cheating over here.
6.
10.
Did I get to add something besides just my charisma modifier?
You get to add your charisma modifier.
10.
Okay, so the three of you see it and want it. Otter, you have first initiative,
Okay.
and you would have second based on charisma.
Okay.
So this is the lasso kind of.
This is just a 2 or 3 foot long piece of really shiny rope that looks magical. You want it.
Holy moly! And immediately I try to bolt over there like almost Gollum style.
Scrabbling over there.
Exactly.
Are you going to use like one of your like steps? Like, you have a version of. Do you have Misty Step?
Yeah.
You going to use it or no?
I can.
I'm just asking.
Scrabbling is
How far
much
away
funnier.
It's probably like he was kind of on the other side of where this thing. So I'd say probably 45 feet.
Yeah, I think I can only Misty Step for 30 feet, but I mean I can run.
Yeah, you can just also run the whole way.
Yeah, you just
Go.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna effectively dash and try to grab it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Almost Home Alone style, my arms
Yep.
flailing.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
So are you gonna resist him grabbing this string as you see now this little boy's face where the bird face used to be running right at you, running right at the string?
Just fly
I think I'm
there.
still a bit, on edge with everything. So, yeah, if I could, I'll fly up. You know,
Yeah.
I have this thing in my hand, and I see this creature. He said he's going to show me his sister later on. He's holding all these creepy talking dolls. Yeah, I would.
You're gonna fly up holding it in your hand.
Yeah.
Okay, so out of reach, as part of your reaction, what are you guys doing?
I want to try to play it cool, but I do really want it. Say, hey, Kree, what you got there?
I don't know.
Okay, so how far up do you fly, and how close am I to you before you fly up?
So I'm a monk with mobile and a 50-foot fly speed. So inherently, I have 10 plus 10 plus 5. So I have a 70-foot flying speed.
Well,
70 feet up.
Well, I'm just wondering if I run 30 feet and I misty step onto you.
Oh my god.
You cling to you like a monkey.
That's up to you. I mean, like I said, I don't know that I would go straight up all the way up. I'm not expecting. I don't know what you do.
Right.
I don't know you, so I don't think that I would fly.
So like
70
5,
foot
10
straight.
feet up.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
just enough to where I think you probably couldn't.
Okay, what are you doing?
So I also wanted, and I would say, Kree, who would like to see this artifact?
All right. Well, I just run and jump and go like flying by like
Okay,
underneath
so
you.
now you're up. Like let's let's say you're about 10 feet up in the air now, so about 5 feet higher than you. What are you gonna do?
Good question. Just try to jump to get all like crazy crackhead and just start jumping up, very Gollum style.
Okay.
And just trying to grab him.
Do I get a sense of like what's the dynamic shift that's going on? Like in an instant, everybody wants to see this item that I have in my hand.
Give me an insight check.
He did like feel it call out to him.
Yeah, like I feel like it's gonna be a pretty low DC, like 7.
Okay, well that's an 11 on the dice.
Okay, so yeah, no, you realize something's up about this artifact.
Do I, when I have it, obviously I've touched it. Is there any sort of effect that takes?
It doesn't seem to be doing anything to you.
So I have no draw to it. I just know that everybody else around me suddenly
Wants it.
wants it. I feel that with that insight check, I understand that something's going on, and I worry that with seeing you afflicted with the curse, that maybe it's not the best idea to give this to you with everything that's happened so far.
Give me another cursed
There's
object.
an internal conflict going on as I'm sitting there. But I think for now, I feel like it would probably be best for me, seeing everybody suddenly going crazy, that I would hold on to it, even if it's just to dispose of it somewhere else.
Okay.
Obviously, I have no worldly need for whatever it is.
Yep.
But it's just that everybody else suddenly wants it, and it seems suspicious.
What you doing, Taylor?
I don't know. I mean, you're on him?
Well, I tried to. He took off faster than I could
Okay.
make it, so I jumped and missed,
Gotcha.
and then I'm just jumping up, and I'm like, "No, Tina, I'm not going to throw you out of. That would be bad."
I don't know, like, is it the kind of thing that I would want badly enough to resort to violence, or can I, like...
This isn't instilling violence. It's just instilling like a desire to have it.
Then I'll wait till he lands.
Okay. You gonna get closer?
I mean,
Slowly.
yeah.
You're gonna walk casually.
Yes.
Okay.
I guess I would talk to my sword, because... Can I clock that this is kind of familiar, because everybody is fighting over the sword, everybody... It seems like a lot of people really want this string.
I think
Or,
because
like,
you
can I
have
not?
fallen under the influence of the string,
Okay.
you're not aware of like its influence of you.
Sure.
Anansi.
She stamps her foot. She said, Kree, I am the princess. Please let me have it. Let us have it.
Okay, Otter. You're
And
gonna.
I mimic
Okay.
I'm gonna wrap it around my waist.
Tying it.
Yeah.
You tie it around your waist, and it starts to cinch.
Okay.
I need you to give me a Constitution save
Oh.
to stay flying.
We run into a lot of sentient objects.
Yeah. We're just walking around too. That wasn't even us looking for
Not
you.
good.
Yeah.
Constitution save.
Yep.
5.
You drop like a rock.
Oh.
You are 10 feet up. That is 1d6 of damage. Oop, 1. You take 1 damage.
But you have monk weird abilities. that
Yeah,
you
slow
probably
fall.
He is restrained.
Oh.
do-
Slow falling, you need to grab onto something, don't you?
Okay, so now he is on top. Basically, I mean, let's say that you managed
I
to
had to
not
put a
be
dex
underneath
save.
him.
Right.
I would say, if we're doing initiative order, you're still walking towards
Mm-hmm.
seeing them on the ground now. Otter is right there. What are you going to do? You're
can take
about
Otter.
15 feet.
You're gonna charge at Otter.
I mean, I guess I'll.
Precious.
Right. I mean, I'll probably go. They probably got like a pocket knife or something. I guess I'll so I can close the gap with my movement.
Okay.
I guess I'll try to start sawing it off of him.
Okay, so you're going to pull out just like a standard knife.
Yes.
Okay, as you try to like scrape on it with the knife, you find it dulling the knife.
Okay. Then I will not try that anymore.
Okay, Anansi,
Yeah, she just runs up to it and just tries to grab it
you're
with her hands.
gonna just grab it. What are you gonna do? Like you put your hands on the rope,
And you try to yank it off him.
you try to pull it off.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what happened. Touches everything.
You take 4 points of damage
Oh, sorry.
as the amount of adjustment that you're doing to this rope cinches tighter.
That's scary.
Otter, what are you doing?
Cutting off.
I'm trying to push these two back. You know, like, no, it's mine, You know, kind of one of those, like a kid would do, you know, on the playground.
Mm-hmm.
More like that.
Okay. So you just
That's
Okay.
what I'm doing.
what are you gonna do?
How long did that enchantment he did on me before, that healing thing he did on me before last? Because can't I not be charmed?
Protection from the Kree.
Yeah.
I think it only lasts 10 minutes.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
it's
We're
pretty
way past that then. I was
Um,
hoping. I don't want you to get sliced in half.
Is there a save or a check that I can make to try to free myself from this?
How do you want to try to free yourself from it?
So how am I? So seeing. the
Think
way
of
I
it.
see
Think of it like it is a rope belt
Right.
that is like cinching down on you.
Yeah, but it doesn't have my arms or my wings. Or
Correct.
It's just my waist.
Yep.
I've already used a bunch of spells. Just. What kind of damage did you say I took from it? Was it bludgeoning?
Yeah, bludgeoning.
Ooh. I am going to. So I still have control over everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast Sanctuary on myself.
Okay.
So, it says that if a warded creature any creature who targets a warded creature with an attack or harmful spell must first make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature must choose a new target or use the attack or spell. So I don't know if this classifies as a creature, probably not, but that's the only thing I can think to do is try to protect myself as it's cinching down on me.
Okay. Taylor.
Do I think? Well, Do I know that it's magical? This thing.
You can see the shimmer on it. Like, you would know that there's something, you know.
Okay.
The combination of your desire for it and the shimmer, you're like, ooh, that's clearly a magical item.
Okay, because what I'm current thought process is I have one casting per day of Dispel Magic,
Mm-hmm.
so I could try that. If it's a curse, I don't think it really works. Where I thought if I dispel it, then it won't dull a blade, and then I can just grab it off of him.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know if that would work. I don't really know what else to try at this point. I'm also tempted to just put my sword down to make those two fight over that while I can belt. But I think I'll go with my first idea. I'm gonna put my hand on the belt and cast Dispel Magic on it. If it's like a 3rd level or lower spell effect, it's dispelled. For 4th level or higher, I have to make a DC 10 plus the spell's level check to get rid of it. If it even is a spell.
So
If it works.
as you do that, you see the knot untie
Okay.
and the rope fall limp. All 3 of you lose your attraction
Nice.
to this rope. However, it still appears to be magical.
Okay. Do I still have my hand on it?
Yes.
Can I just quick chuck it in my bag of holding?
Yes.
I do that.
Okay.
Does the dispel magic also dispel my sanctuary I cast on myself?
I think it's like I do it on an object.
It's very specific, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not an area.
Yeah, the converse of dispel magic is that you can sometimes you have to be super duper specific. So like if there is a piece of chainmail, right, and you wanted to dispel magic on like if each link of the chainmail had a different spell, and that's how the chainmail was created, and you wanted to dispel a certain effect, you'd have to target the exact spell effect that you're trying to dispel. So it's not kind of a... Sometimes you have to know what it is you're dispelling to be able to dispel if there's multiple options. But
Okay, I think immediately I'd fly up again and I just look at everybody. What's wrong with you people?
I mean, where the gold, bro.
Yeah, okay.
Why'd you put it around your waist?
Because you all freaked out and started charging me. I know nothing of this rope.
Fancy shimmery.
It's very
Fancy.
shiny.
So I like dust myself off.
Do you still feel an affliction towards this rope?
No,
Or anything I
it,
should
no,
say?
and actually, like I'm shaking off my cloak because now it's all dusty and dirty from the ground and stuff like that. And then you realize my cloak is made of human skin, and so it's pretty abrasive.
I think at that moment, that's when he's like, all the pieces kind of come together at once. I'm like, oh my god, what is the deal here? I think I'm trying to avoid everything here, and then all at once it just kind of culminates to like little freaky face changer with human skin. Do I see the...
Well, okay, so at that point, I can see the look in your face. I'm like, oh. I go, I think you need a treat. And I'm like, Clarice, and the mouth opens up, and I reach in and I grab some jerky. I'm like, here you go, buddy. We can be buddies. Here's some jerky. But it's this giant maw of teeth and gnarledness.
Yes, buddies.
I go, this is
just like take the jerky and like...
I'm like, this is Clarice, by the way, my sister.
Well, certainly not the most odd thing I've seen today.
All right.
Awkward.
Shall we?
We're all just standing in like a standoff.
Yeah, stand
And I'm like, okay, that's it. And I start handing out jerky to everybody. Everybody's getting hangry.
I think you're right, Otter.
Let's style it back a little bit, everybody, and we'll have some jerky and
Just gonna
figure out what just happened.
ignore the rope.
I mean, if nobody can see it, it's probably
that was pretty weird. That's something we normally don't do.
You say that. It did kind of happen a couple of days ago.
Did it?
You remember when we had to cut your hand off because you were going for this sword?
Oh, that was funny.
Yeah, it was good times.
Yeah.
Do I clock this sword?
Oh
Probably
yeah.
yes.
You can see the sword. I don't think did you pull it out?
I probably did
Yeah.
for emphasis for the
So
story.
when they pull out this blade, like you see it, and like the blade itself looks like a aurora borealis of like flame, just kind of the blade isn't on fire, but like the magic that is on this blade appears to be on fire.
Now, you said it was like a sentient. Does it have any like immediate effect on me, like the rope did everybody else?
When this blade is in Taylor's hand, it doesn't seem to have any effect on you.
That blade's bad. Bad blade.
Technically, yes. It is not a good sword.
Like I said, it's just we're taking every day in strides. It's a new day where we have gone through a lot of things. I'm unpetrified. I'm here with this new odd group. I don't think anything is too uncomfortable for me.
So, as they are saying this, the two of you, now kind of being, I would say, closer to Kree, see this staff that Kree has, at least one of them, and it looks like it is a like flowing river that is just on his back, right? Like where he's holding the staff, like, on his back, it looks like a stream of water that like flows to one end and then flows back to the other end.
That's cool.
But it doesn't look wet. Like it's not making the strap wet.
Does it impress us more than Guil's staff that came from like the god
Yes.
trees? Okay.
This one looks like it is like flowing water.
For sure. Just saying.
I don't know. Gil's staff actually looks kind of underwhelming, honestly. It's got a couple leaves on it.
Okay.
It looks more like he's a homeless man.
I mean, that's kind of like a Gandalf thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. Look at that.
Very fancy.
That is super. What does that thing do?
I'll take it off my back and I'll kind of spin it around in my hand and I'll set it down. This is a staff gifted to me by my family to protect me. It was a family artifact.
What does it do?
Well, that's do you see these people who have been petrified? It will unpetrify them.
Oh, why do we unpetrify?
Well, it doesn't work like that. I can only do it every once in a while.
Okay. Well, I got a stick.
There's a nice stick. Yes,
He's got like a little green blob on the end. Like, that's my friend Tina.
that's Tina.
Yeah. And so he starts talking to Tina. He's like, no, you can't. Anyways, that's Tina.
Where did you end up putting that feather?
So,
Curiosity's a dangerous thing.
I'm like, okay, Clarice, you gotta give it back. He wants to see it again. Mouth opens up, I reach in, pull out the feather. This one right here, I think I'm gonna attach it to the bow later on. Right now, Clarice wants to hold on to it.
Little fleshy,
Yeah, so
fleshy bone, feather bow.
with fingers on it.
Fingers on it. A great place for it, indeed.
Well,
Yes, Your Highness.
I think it is imperative that we move on.
Imperative, is it?
Yes,
we
should
must be
another
going.
meteor
Lead the way,
come
Your
in.
Highness.
Yeah, she keeps walking down whatever the road was we were going.
So,
Very, very, very authoritative and prim.
Roll his eyes.
are there any like shards of meteor that are small enough to pick up?
It's hard. This one is hard to tell if it's meteor or building. Like it
Sure.
hits so much stuff that, I mean, you could roll a percentile dice and see if you get lucky.
Okay.
But
What do you want? The hundreds?
yeah, give me a percentile dice. You got a 10% chance. So
35.
nope. You pick up a rock. I mean, it's hard to say where it came from, but
All right.
in the bag.
Yep, that's where that in the bag is.
Okay.
Oh, and I have a very. This bag's full.
Yeah, no, it's still there.
Yeah. So see that bag right there? So the one with the blood on it.
Yeah.
So
I figured.
yeah, I pull that out and I throw this rock into it. But it doesn't look like it bounces off the bottom or anything like that.
So continuing down the road, we travel on for about another 5-10 minutes before we start to enter back into the forest. The sound of living things starts to like come back. You start to see more like signs of like living people, right? The buildings here seem to have been a little bit more like cleaned out. Like as you're walking by them, you don't see as many. You certainly don't see as many statues, but the buildings themselves seem to be more abandoned and dilapidated, right? Like they don't have like the stone protection from the elements. They're plants are growing inside them and on them and whatnot. Continuing on for like another 15-20 minutes, you get like a waft of like cooking food.
Okay.
Smells like
Delicious and
smells like a pepper quiche. No, it smells like you smell the smell of like pastries cooking.
I don't know if I trust that. The last time that I smelled pastries cooking, it was in the astral one. I'm just saying. Did not go
What
well
is
last time.
that smell?
It smells like pastries and bread.
It is slightly north of the path that you guys have picked.
Oh, should we go check it out?
What is a pastry?
Like,
I mean, I know what a pastry is.
You know, like bread. Sometimes bread with some fruit in it. Sometimes it's like light and flaky and bread.
It's like a donut or something.
Sure. I'm trying to describe it more as you might know. With bread?
I eat meat.
Okay. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, let's go check it out. What do you eat?
Me?
Just words? Or worms?
Birds.
I'm making your words.
Animals. Lizards and probably smaller birds and deer, stuff of that nature.
Are you hungry?
so you start to hear
I've been petrified for quite a while.
you're pretty hungry.
But I gave you jerky too.
I didn't eat that jerky. not the stomach jerky. I wasn't
You start to hear the sounds of like a small village.
Oh.
There are like little kids playing, like animals, like dogs kind of like yapping and barking. You hear goats and cows. The kind of as you're approaching this, you start to see through the trees like a field, like a plain off to your right. You realize that if had you continued straight for like another couple minutes, you probably would have come to the edge of the tree line. But now as you're like walking north, you're approaching the edge from a different direction. And there, just north of like the path that you had taken to head out, you actually come upon a road that is like pretty well maintained. Like stepping off of where you were, which is like this overgrown goat trail, like you now find yourself on a road that is heading directly to this small encampment.
Yeah. So what's the marching order right now?
I'm in front. Yeah.
I imagine Kree's nearby, and then me, and then you, I guess.
Yeah, be back. I didn't know if we wanted one guard on each side or whatever to make it look formal.
We really don't have to be single file, technically.
No, like her in the middle, you two on the side, so she's going real quick even middle.
Flanked, sure, we can do that.
Or Dolly.
You may do whatever you wish. I've just been walking straight.
So magnanimous, Your Highness.
I'm known to be. We are known to be.
You come to a signpost. The sign says Thals.
I'm familiar with it, I presume.
It sounds vaguely familiar.
Spell it.
Thals.
It's a teeny tiny town.
You're familiar with a part of town called Orufa Thalos.
Okay. You spell that?
Ourfra Thalous.
A roof of Thalos.
Which, like, you know it to be the stabling area for the city. This is where you would stable your horses. As you guys approach Thals, you see a log picket that kind of goes around the outside. There's a bit of a gate. It seems like it is, from your perspective, it seems like almost a slightly military encampment kind of situation, but for farmers. Like, it's a farming encampment that maybe gets raided a lot. You guys don't really have any reference on it. And from your perspective, it doesn't seem like the region of town that you remember it being. Like, you remember it being kind of in a different spot. But like, are you guys going in?
Yeah.
What's up?
Oh, so I kind of see the area and I'm like, okay, so I changed the mask again to more of a child, but I don't know how to say what I want, so I literally have like an 8-year-old face but a mustache, you know?
Okay.
So you're all, what is that?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So you look like a middle-aged gnome, but you could be confused with a child who has a overly pubescent beard.
Exactly.
Perfect. Not in no way, shape, or form confusing. I love it.
Not at all.
Okay.
Holding animals.
So are we? Well, the gate is open. There's a
Going in.
okay.
It's been a while since our last town.
So as you approach the gate, it is now approximately midday, or like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The activities of like farming activities that have been going on to the north and east have taken a little bit of a break as people have come in to eat. Some of them have started to go back out. You are seeing some oxen. You have there's a well kind of centrally located in the city. There are guards kind of all the way around. You see that they have done a decent job of cutting the forest back, like on the side where, so they're out away from the forest. So as you walk, like there's a good maybe 300 feet or so between like the edge of the forest and where their first like wall would be, right? What do you guys want to do?
All about something to eat.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're looking for a tavern
Sure.
or an inn. Okay.
Will the Highness eat at a tavern?
If we must.
I'm sure we can find the finest slot for you, Your Highness.
Such impertinence from all of you.
Forgive me, I'm not used to such royal company.
Okay, here, let's do.
At that time,
We are very merciful.
Mm,
We forgive you.
so gracious and kind, so looks trying.
So you find a establishment called the Skinny Witch. They seem to be serving up pastries. They have like they have a. It is a like open eatery. It is a very small profile like restaurant. They have like an awning, and kind of out in front of the awning they have a couple of pies that you could come choose from. There is, so that's on one side. There's like 3 or 4 patrons sitting there eating. Like they have a couple of meat pies, they have a couple of like fruit pies, that kind of thing. And then you have another one that is a proper tavern, and it is called the Charcoal Phoenix, and they have a large hunk of meat on a rotisserie that they have been, cooking up and carving chunks off of for some time. There's a couple different types of animals there that are being cooked. So, what are we looking for?
I'm gonna grab a couple meat pies. I'm gonna hand one over to Kree so you can try a pastry.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is like we need a trial.
okay, so yeah, I dig out a couple coin and I'm like, how much for these pies? I want 2 meat pies.
It is 7 copper per meat pie.
Okay.
So, how much? I mean,
I have 14 copper I can give them.
okay. Only 14 copper.
7 per?
Yeah. So you're handing over 14 copper. How about you guys?
I go, if I get actually 3 meat pies and a chunk of that meat, how much will that be?
Well, it'll be 21 copper here, and you'll have to go ask over there for how much you want for the meat.
Okay. So I do 3 pies.
Okay, so they take 21 copper, and across the way, it is 5 copper per like size piece of meat.
Okay. Can I get the one that's least cooked?
They pull out a rabbit that hasn't been like it's been skinned, but it hasn't even gone on yet. Is this least cooked enough for you?
Perfect.
Bloody on the plate.
Well, thank you.
That'll be 1 silver.
All right, hand over the silver.
Yeah, she buys a fruit pie.
Okay.
I don't have any copper, so I just give her my silver.
Okay. Gives you back 5 copper. Now you have 3 copper.
So I eat a pie, I throw Clarissa pie, and then I throw the 3rd pie into the bag.
Okay.
Because there's no tchotchkes here yet.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over to the meat stand and.
Taylor
That's
bought
first.
you a meat
I did
pie.
buy you a
Oh, you
pie.
can buy me meat pie?
What'd you do with the rabbit?
Eat some of the rest.
Oh, he's already devoured it.
Oh, you ate the rabbit. Okay.
Yeah, bones and all.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it'll be kind of like an awkward. Like,
Are you just gonna peck at it?
he doesn't really know how to eat it. He's so used to like just eating animals, or so like he doesn't know if he's gonna eat the whole thing at one time, or if he just takes bites. So he starts like watching everybody else eat, and then he kind of maybe takes a couple bites and
And you see them like trucking in a couple of like live rabbits.
that's what he wants.
Okay.
You know, like I said, he's kind of like he wants to be respectful, so he's like, you know, like your mom made like liver or something, and you're like, and then I think when somebody like to turn their back, he's kind of like, or maybe like tucks it under his wing or something, and like delicious, and then he goes over and he
It's not
buys
like we made it.
a wide
If you don't
bread.
like it, that's fine.
Okay. And they give you a rabbit for 1 silver. Okay. As you're sitting here eating, the goings on here are relatively trivial. Everybody is going about their day. You catch the eye of one individual who is kind of sitting there on the opposite side of the street. Like you're kind of in between these two like dining establishments, and there's one bugbear sitting on like a large cask of something in the shade, just up the street just a little bit. And I would say you notice it, and you notice it because the bugbear is a little bit out of place. Like you notice it because the bugbear is out of place. You notice it because they seem to be paying attention to you, like more than you would normally feel comfortable with. Like everybody else is like, okay, they're weird, we're not going to look at them. The bugbear's like, they're weird, I'm looking at them.
Right. So as we're sitting around here, I'm like, let's get to know our new friend here. Like it's what is it, Kree? Creed? Is that with a D?
Nope.
The S is silent.
Kree, Kree.
Kree. Okay. Well, I'm Otter. This is Clarice.
I'm Taylor. Nice to meet you. Sorry that it took a while to get the introductions. It's a
Well,
weighted day, am I right?
Well, we call him Tay Tay. And then I'm
He
like,
does.
actually, no, we really don't.
Otter doesn't care.
So you know the queen over here, the
Yes, Your
highness.
Highness, of course. How could you forget?
Lady Krishna.
Yeah,
We were told to call her Your Highness. That is what
queen of rocks
we
or
will call
whatever.
her. Yeah, what are you? The royalty of? I didn't quite catch it earlier.
Kree, feel free to explain to them.
I don't know though. So yeah, I guess I would explain.
You guys together?
No.
Game.
Each other.
No, Erica, I believe Erica was like mate for life or something.
Mm-hmm.
I have. Doesn't matter. It's gone now. But we don't typically date outside of our
Gross.
I'm not
Whatever it's
shaming,
called,
whatever.
Race.
yeah. That sounds terrible.
So, but I'm also
Species.
Yeah, that's better. That's a better.
In D&D, they are racist.
I'm also trying to listen in though as he explains.
I think they changed it
my,
to species though, right?
They might have for next. I don't know.
Yeah.
But...
As he explains my background, so I can have it for my own story. So, what am I the queen or the princess of?
The elven city that Thulum was once is Thulumalaria. Okay, and it was it was the northwestern, like, border city of the great Malian Empire. You know Malian Empire because that's where you're from.
Okay.
The Malian Empire is an elven empire that has lasted thousands of years.
So would I know of her?
The name wouldn't ring a bell because, again, she's
been in decline.
This particular lineage is 1,000 years old and in a town that was abandoned. So, like, her name had fallen to history, right?
I know a little bit about the elves. I have a little bit of elf. And I'm like, do I know who she is?
Yeah, you both passed the check.
I'm like,
I mean, you know, she's Anansi, but you're looking for the name,
yeah.
the elven name.
Well, with the elven
I'm
background,
gonna say, give me a history check.
This is
19.
yeah,
19.
He knows.
Okay,
You know my host from
so
1,000 years ago.
you remember sitting with the folks who raised you, the Fae who raised you.
Yeah.
They had some, like, old books of, like, Fae contracts and Fae stories and, like, these weird, like, parables of encounters that people, like, that Fae had with the elven kind long ago, right? And there was, like, 1,000 years ago, there was, to be precise, 1,200 or so years ago, there was a traumatic event that resulted in a large exodus of elves from the material plane to the Fey realm. Like, they like, basically jumped ship to go someplace safer, right? They made a new city there, but that city quickly fell to infighting and bickering because the ruling body of the original city never made it to this new city. And that's, you recognize her name as, like, that ill-fated bloodline that was lost here, that never carried into the new city. And when they started, like, bickering over, like, leadership roles, like, everybody fractured. And
So we aren't related.
you're not related. Well, as far as you know, you're not related. But
I'm not related to her?
you don't know.
Okay.
All three of us are not related.
You are not related to her.
Okay. Clear that up.
Cool. Now I know
But
who
yeah.
I am. I don't say that.
So that's what you know, not having shared. What you know about this bloodline is that they had, the family had ruled in this area for quite some time. They were known to be fair and just, like, or as fair and just and relatively noble as any elf would be. They were part of the bloodline that had, like, contracted the symbiotic relationship agreement with your roost, and the agreement, as you know, was that they would basically patrol the land as you guys patrolled the sky, and kind of as you think about the name and like the trust in a way that was betrayed, like, clearly somebody should have been looking out for what was under the land, because that was probably the elves', like, responsibility. If this tunnel was what it caused that down, you might not know the downfall, but, like, the way that you perceive the failure of protection here was that somehow the elves failed in their part of the contract, and maybe there's some resentment there that their failure was some way led to the downfall of the buildings of your society, but you know the actual downfall of the individuals was your fault. And that was because of humans. So, here is what the note from Guil read.
Hey everyone, Guil here. I hope everyone's doing well. I have decided that I'm going to take a little bit of time off and go with my brother Rosencrantz to try to go find our parents, the rest of our family. Maybe open up a little tchotchke shop, because that would be amazing. And maybe go to therapy to see what my issues with dwarves stem from. But yeah, I'll probably be gone for an extended period of time. Don't get killed. Stay safe. Bye.
I'm curious to see how long it actually is in world time that Guil is gone. Because it might just be like a few days, right?
We'll see.
I guess we'll see. Okay. We're doing the job of his boss.
That you were contracted to do.
Sure, I was. I mean, not the
Actually, they were contracted too.
Whoever signed the contract. It was a verbal agreement.
Yeah, we kind of got payment up front, some
We've
armor
got
and shit.
Never
Yes.
looted his stuff up front.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're doing.
Oh, I left my hats. Both my hats now are sitting outside of here.
I think he also
right
like,
here. You
gave,
wanna grab
gave
this one?
you
Yeah.
like half of your payment up front.
Preferably the one with the feather on the right there, because it's a lot lighter.
Right. Yeah, it gets warm in here.
I think it gets too comfortable here.
And then we're all like,
It's comfortable for you, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Whereas the rest of us are all sweating balls. Even Haley.
Yeah. If it gets like
Yeah.
too cold, also if it gets too cold, I'll fall asleep. If it gets like just like a certain temperature too, I'll fall asleep.
Oh yeah, my notebook in this that you gave me last time fell out.
yeah, it's coming up next month.
What is it?
Crypticon.
Oh, yeah.
Last time we played.
Yep, yep.
This
Yeah.
fell out of my notebook.
That's fun.
Okay, well, I think that'll probably end up being a section for break. So, welcome back, everybody, to what I guess this would be session
11.
11.2, maybe? Let's call it 11.2. We find ourselves in the small hamlet of what was my? It was just 30 seconds ago, and I've already forgot.
Files?
Thals. The small hamlet of Thals. We have just had, I guess, dinner, lunch, our midday meal,
Second breakfast.
and we have identified a suspicious-looking individual across the street as we have shared stories of our past and kind of come to terms with where we're at. What do you guys want to do?
Well, only you two thought he was suspicious.
True.
We haven't really taken any note of him.
Yeah, I guess I'm keeping him in the corner of my eye, see if he's gonna do anything.
Okay.
Otherwise, I
So
don't want to assume.
wait, I look at Taylor and I'm like, so is that guy staring at us?
I think he's staring at you, Otter.
Or
You gotta admire.
I guess. My years in a boy band, I just,
I always thought that was you, but I didn't want to draw attention.
I didn't want to bring it up.
Right. Don't want
have
to brag,
some
of course.
Autographs.
Right.
But
Otter always says the strangest things.
do you want to go over there with me? Otherwise, I think I'm gonna mosey over there and see what's happening.
You're gonna confront this guy? I figured we could just leave and he follows us and we kick his ass.
Yeah.
So I will point out it is a female.
Can't tell. I assume all bugbears are men.
This one, like, as you've had more chance to like assess this individual,
Mm-hmm.
you see they're dressed like a wild game tracker,
Okay.
but wearing like an absurdly inappropriate amount of jewelry.
Okay.
Their fur is.
So do I assume that they're just looking at Anansi's character who's wearing this very elegant necklace?
You're all like so close together. It's hard to assess like where their focus is.
Sure. I guess could that be a reasonable conclusion I could draw?
You could. Yep.
Well, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go get another little meat pie. I'm gonna go over there and see what our friend has to say. If it looks like,
back up.
yeah, if it looks like I need help, I'll just scream.
That'll be the signal as you'll scream. Okay, great.
Exactly.
Good thinking. Yeah, I'll notice that right away.
Exactly, because I'll forget whatever password we had or code or pickles or whatever we're supposed to say. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So so I saunter on over and I pick up another meat pie, or however much that was.
7 coppers.
Yeah. And I go over to the bugbear, approach the bugbear. Go.
As you get close, this is a. God, I don't even know. This is a towering, muscle-bound bugbear woman. They look like they would be capable of wrestling a tiger to the ground. Not really the type from a, like, visually when you look at them, like, they are imposing. You get the sense that not a lot of folks walk up and approach them just because of the way that they look, right?
More intimidating than when I was a bugbear.
Oh, Jesus, yes.
It's like the bugbear Ronda Rousey.
Yes.
There you go.
But with a very effeminate side. Like as you get closer, like you are like, whoa, like you're putting off like way too much feminine vibes, right? Like the bustier that they're wearing, like kind of over accentuates their bustiness. The earrings and the necklace, even like the way that they have like done their fur, like makes the eyelashes look bigger. Like
Sure.
she looked like, you're not attracted typically to bugbears, but like this is an attractive bugbear. Like if you had to pick in this particular moment in time whether Anansi looks cuter or this bugbear, you would be hard pressed.
Right. Right.
But you certainly know that if you know, this bugbear could probably break you. So
Right.
that weird form of like attraction, right? Like
Okay. Yeah. Well,
thinking back to the snake lady,
That's what I was thinking.
right?
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
back to the snake lady, maybe slightly more alluring.
Nice. Nice. Suddenly, suddenly the earworm pops into my head. I'm all, welcome to the jungle. Like this. And I got the pie. And I walk up and I'm like, oh my gosh, you are gorgeous. I had noticed you from across the way. And I thought I'd come over and share a pie with you if that was okay. You're radiating beauty. Your hair, the jewelry, everything.
Yes, little one. I would love some of your pie. Her huge meaty hand reaches out and like picks up the pie, like,
Oh yeah.
you know, in comparison, like it's just
She would break you.
Yes. I'm like
kind of one bite. She just kind of tosses it in, and like it was in like a little like a pastry thing, and she just swallows that too.
no pun intended, but pie-eyed. I'm like, wow, you're amazing. What is your name?
Zardum.
Okay, spell it.
XAARDOOOM. Zardum.
Plenty of those, I think.
Mm-hmm.
My name's Otter. Pleasure to meet you.
With 7 T's.
70s.
Hey.
Sometimes you just totally mess me up. Like, I can't even stay in character.
I'm like, I go like this. I'm like, don't cock block me. Like that. But no, I'm like,
Did you say Otter?
yes.
By any chance, do you know an armadillo?
I do. I know a couple.
Is the armadillo with you?
No. We woke up this morning, the armadillo was gone. Why do you ask?
That is unfortunate. I was sent here to look for an armadillo.
Who sent you?
My employer.
Oh, do we have the same employer?
I do not know. Who is your employer?
Who's your employer?
Otter, you are a sneaky one.
Yes, and I'm like, catch your nose.
She puts her massive bear paw on your shoulder. You do not touch my nose.
Oh, I didn't. I just got close.
Do not pretend to steal my nose. I would not appreciate it.
You want it back?
Yes.
We're all just watching this from the table.
I'm trying not to look at whatever's happening. Staring
I'm
at
just
my
giggling
phone.
like a schoolboy. Just like not knowing what to do, you know, with the girls. I'm all,
It's about at this time that you guys start to see some odd weather, honestly. The day has been a little bit like Simpsons clouds, right? But
Is there an old man yelling at them?
No.
The old man yells at clouds, Simpsons?
no.
It's
The-
like, whatever.
Like
please tell me you have a helper.
So, whoever the
I don't know anything about The Simpsons. I'm just online. An old
Yeah.
man yells at cloud is like a very common Simpsons meme.
I was gonna say, like, for the editor, he puts in the meme there.
we can totally
This
have.
one, nobody knows this?
No.
Yeah, that's Grandpa.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's Grandpa.
I
Yeah.
know it's a character from The Simpsons. That's how I know it's a Simpsons.
But it's not a character. It's Grandpa.
Yeah.
Grandpa Simpson.
Yeah.
It's a
So,
character. in
Abe
the show.
Simpson. Yes.
so is that who your character's based on?
No, I do
Are
not
you
watch
are
The
you Abe
Simpsons.
Simpson?
I'm not yelling at the clouds.
Well,
said
you feel
Simpsons
like you're
clouds.
yelling right now. Why are you so
I'm
angry?
yelling at you because you don't know what I'm talking about.
Please tell me you have a fighting hellfish tattoo.
I don't. Is that a Simpsons reference?
Yeah, so Grandpa, they're like, let's see your tattoo, Grandpa. And he's got the wrinkly arm, and then he pulls the skin tight, and it's a fighting fish like that.
Okay.
It's pretty awesome.
You don't watch Simpsons?
I don't. I never have.
She just knows this meme.
I just want to like see it back into the head.
Back in the head.
Yeah.
I know that
meme.
meme. I know that
I know
meme.
that one.
I just don't know this one.
Excellent.
I know that one.
Okay, so
Um,
so the clouds are rolling in.
So the
Simpsons.
there is this weird
That's how we got here. I was like, what happened here?
this weird stillness all of a sudden. Like the sound just like goes away. Like you guys all like look around and like the background sound has just stopped. Like you don't hear the cart that's rolling through the street. You don't hear the cooking. Like you hear the thoughts that are inside your head. You don't hear the rocks. You don't hear the spiders. You see a smile on Zardum's face. And Zardum looks this way. The clouds get dark as they just seemingly like envelop this establishment, this whole city.
I'm like, are you doing that? Or is our boss?
She like kind of like like gives you this cross-eyed like smile. You see a little bit more teeth on the one side as the smile curls back in.
Rascal, I knew it.
You start to see like parents like getting this worried look on their face, like, you know, they start looking for their kids. The kids come out and they're like looking for their parents. Like everybody's kind of flowing into the street, and then from behind you, you see like fog start to like come in from the edges of the city. It starts billowing in from the, like, people kind of start running from the side streets onto this main street as the fog is just seemingly pushing them to the middle. Then just in the distance, you see something moving. There's, like, out of the back of your like mind, you start to hear like these small like popping sounds, as like maybe raindrops, or like not like little raindrops, like the big raindrops. Like you turn your head to look this way, and you don't see, all you can see is the fog rolling in. And like you hear now from the distance, you hear the only sound you can hear is this cart that is like kind of rolling over the hill, and this massive as from behind you, there's the fog starts to roll down and coalesce into these little blue like rivers as they stream towards this creature now that is coming through the gate. There is a 30-foot tall dinosaur carrying a cart, walking right towards you. You start to see all these little frogs like coming up out of the mist, jumping into the river and going towards this thing. As this again, all the sound that you can hear is just these sounds. You get that smell of I forget the name of it. That just before rain smell.
Yeah.
There's a specific name for it, and
It's
like osmosis or something, isn't it? It's not that.
I knew that.
see now I just totally distracted my. But it's worth it for us to remember this word. Paracore.
Yeah, the petrichor.
Petrichor,
Yeah.
yes. You get that petrichor smell of just humidity in the rain as the ozone is coming in. Or as the dust is coming in with the ozone. And you see this giant dinosaur being led by like a rabbit on a stick. This cart is like around his shoulders. You guys recognize the cart. This is Min's cart. Min is actually sitting up on top of the dinosaur in a little saddle with a stick out in front, holding a rabbit that's just like kicking there, just trying to get away. Behind them is another cart with those 4 large beetles shackled to it, pulling that along. Behind that, more carts. The Vardo that you saw the snake lady in. And Zaradoom says, Min is here. Come, let's go talk to my boss.
Oh, yeah.
I think immediately I would jump in front of Lady Krishna. Step back! You know, we don't know this danger.
As the dust kind of settles, there's a bit of a central area to this village. Not a lot of space, but there's kind of like an open markety type area. And they kind of like pull up, and Min jumps down. He looks back up at the dinosaur, who's like, he's kind of like takes the rabbit and throws it at the dinosaur. And he says, Tiny, you did a good job. And like raises his hand and goes like this. And then all of a sudden you see this massive dinosaur turn into a little lizard on the ground. And he puts a little bottle over it. Like scoops him up and puts him in his pocket. without like really any discussion or fanfare, you see all of the carnies like pile out and just start setting up. In quick time, like you start to recognize the trappings of not only the some of the places that you had seen, but like some others that you hadn't necessarily seen before. Like they're not putting up the big tent. There just isn't enough area. But what they are doing is they're like taking some of these wagons and like putting them together and like strapping a tent over them so that like the two wagons can act as like a small tent.
Sure.
And so they're doing the best they can with these confined scenarios. And Zardum says, "Bring your party. Let us go talk to Min, even without the armadillo." Do you guys follow?
Yeah, I guess.
Like,
If you come tell us.
who's here?
Yeah, I couldn't really miss him, Otter. I'm glad they made it out of town okay.
Yeah, because, gosh, last time we saw him, it was what, the
Zombie
zombies?
apocalypse, yeah. That was nuts.
Well, I guess let's go talk to Min.
Oh, I guess do you guys know, I wouldn't say friends, acquaintances of ours. It's like a carnival, you know, fun games for children.
Associates.
It looks harmless enough. It appears to be a fair for peasants.
Yeah, I don't know that your highness would really find much entertainment here.
I don't know. It is always good research to be among the common people.
You know these people? You familiar?
Mm-hmm.
Familiar enough.
Friends of yours?
Co-workers?
Work
At one point,
acquaintances?
yeah. Our boss. knows that
As you're
boss.
having this conversation, you see Casey walking over towards the meat stand, trying to pick out his chunk of meat.
Alright. We know that guy, I think. Is that the guy who was like yelling at the lady? Yeah.
Yep.
Don't love that guy.
Because there's what, Casey and Kenny?
hmm
I'm like, is Kenny here too?
And as you start looking around, Kenny is over buying apple pies.
Yeah, like, everybody's here. And I'm like, is the bugbear still nice to us? Did she already take off?
You see her, like there's like a satisfied look, like of relief on her face, as she's like she had something in her hands that she was like futzing with, like whittling or like just kind of like clawing at, right? She just kind of takes that and sticks it in her pocket as she's kind of like cleaning up her small little kit of what it is that she was doing. It looked like she's just like maybe some kind of weird hobby that she had of like scraping stuff. Hard to say. But yeah, she picks up her stuff and looks like she is ready to head over.
I guess we're joining up with the carnival again, huh?
I guess.
I don't. Who's the one that we worked with before? Was Kenny the one that was friends with Lanchos?
Yep, Kenny and Ranchos. So, yeah. And I'm like, so, this is going to get really awkward. You might want to just stay in the background and listen. If you have any questions, ask us once we're away from everybody. Just kind of play it low. Let's see how this all ends out.
Sounds good.
And does the Empress want to go first? I'm purposely like not saying princess or whatnot. We do everything like that.
We do not need to go first, as we do not know your associate. It would be best for you to discuss with him. I'm not even sure what we need to discuss.
I just feel like you would make a great first impression.
That's it.
For what? Just to
Put
say
that best
hello?
foot forward. I mean, look at you.
No,
You got
to say
the pretty
hello
face,
to.
you got the pretty necklace.
I-
I literally just wow them and then come in with the sorry we abandoned you guys.
Zardum is now standing next to you, and she's like, "It is a very pretty necklace."
Why, thank you. Yours as well.
Oh, why, thank you.
And I guess
you see like this leather with like teeth
Yeah.
hanging off of it. Yeah, a couple sticks that have been like scratched on it.
I've learned flattery at the court this whole time. You say stuff anyways. So I guess you guys have convinced me.
Flattery will make Anansi do anything.
She's egotistical. So who must we introduce ourselves to?
I hate to correct you, Your Highness. It actually is whom. And that one of those humans over there, we're getting the fruit pies. I think he's gonna be our best bet.
Very well then. But you guys are like following behind me,
Yes,
right?
of course. We're
Okay.
one step behind you, Your
Okay.
Highness.
So I walk up to Kenny, I assume, and I guess I take off like the tiara that has like the little face of the veil,
Mhm.
and I said, "Hello, sir. My traveling party wished for me to grace you with my presence."
Oh well, I have to say that your presence is very graceful. Is there anything I can help you with, young lady?
Well, it seems my associates may like to have
He is not looking at your eyes.
would like to. I assume she's used to this. Not her, but like, I assume Anansi wouldn't care. Mostly Anansi doesn't care. Well, my party would like to have a private word with you, if you would. I said as like I kind of directed
He
them
looks
towards-
past you
Well, hey, Kenny.
and sees the two of you. Says, "That's not Guil."
What? You're not Guil? Otter, who the hell is this?
It's
Did you put feathers on Guil, or what?
this guy? He's brand new to the group. We don't know what Gil took off this
Gil's on a
morning.
leave of absence, but we've taken on Gil's job for him.
Well, give me a second here. Sorry.
He's calculating
Kenny
it
gets out
out.
his
Yep.
laptop.
I got to double check something.
He's like running calculations on a calculator. An abacus there.
Chris warned me this might happen. Okay. Well, who are the other two you got with you?
Traveling. Do you want like names?
Sure.
This is Kree.
Kree,
This is Your Highness.
the Lady Krishna.
Oh, my lady Krishna. Nice to meet you. Want a story sometime. Should we go talk to Min? Your departure, as he kind of continues to walk off. Follow me. Your departure last time was rather hastily. Why did you guys leave? You did such a good job of protecting the carnival. Min wanted to give you a special role, but you left before we could reward you.
Well, it's interesting you say that. We were not under the impression that we were, employed to protect the carnival. And we were kind of getting our asses handed to us by some zombies, and we didn't want to be doing that anymore.
Well, no, you weren't. Otter was supposed to be a geek. You were supposed to be helping out with crowd control. Guil was supposed to be working with the elephants. The other one was throwing kids.
I was helping to throw kids too.
Oh, yeah. Well, you guys had, like, a regular job, but then, like, you stepped up and protected the carnival. There could have been so much devastation if it hadn't been for you guys. We wanted to thank you, but before you guys could be thanked, before we were ready to even defend our own property, you guys departed.
Well,
If it wasn't for that lady with all the weapons,
Yeah, she was incredible. She
she
handled it
was
herself.
impre-
We
she-
didn't need to be there.
you know, I really wish I could have met her. She ran through so quickly. I saw her through the window, and she jumped down in there. And the next thing I heard, just the sounds of stuff dying. Glorious, glorious stuff
I
dying.
do wish I could have been there, honestly.
Yeah, it was. Oh, it was. It was.
It's a shame.
I haven't heard so many scary things dying in forever. But we hightailed it out of there. Tried to avoid all the zombies. Like they're still dealing with zombies from what I hear. And yeah, we headed north.
A lot of zombies.
Chris told us that we could probably meet up with you guys somewhere around here, and
And here we are.
Zardum was waiting here, hoping that you guys would stumble across you. We didn't want to have to go face that stone thing.
Oh, we took
It's-
care of that, actually.
Yeah, you took it. Oh Jesus. Well,
We've come a long way. Let's say.
that does sound like you have come. Did you guys walk? Like I don't see any horses.
We had horses occasionally, but mostly one walk.
Gus didn't make it.
That's a long walk. Even with
short legs.
We sure would love to maybe co-opt the carnival card for. the
well,
next
yeah.
leg.
If we're headed in the same direction, like it would be a lot easier to just sit.
Absolutely, we sure would be.
Can I sit with either Zardum? Is that her name?
Yep.
Zardum or the snake lady or both? That'd be great.
Zardum hears you say this, and she says, "Little thing, you could not handle us both."
I'm like, I want to be an otter sandwich. I want to be an orange.
And Zardum, what happened to the bugbear that you were with? I hear they were very attractive.
We just went our separate ways. Things
That's-
didn't work out.
That's a shame.
Sure is. Maybe we'll have a.
I was looking forward to meeting his acquaintance.
You can make yourself look like a little bugbear, though, right?
Suddenly, I pretend like I dropped something. I pop back up and I got the bugbear face on.
Oh, that is hideous!
Yeah.
Please, no, put it away! Put it away!
Well, that's second.
Uh,
Notice I brush the hair back a little bit.
and about this time, you guys make it to the entrance for Min's trailer. You see, this time they have, because of the size of the space, they have, somebody has come in and stone-shaped, like a little groove, so that the trailer could actually get set down. Like it's in a little like hill, so they rolled the trailer down into this space, and now the trailer is sitting like flat to the ground, and that office space, they have, as you walk in, you realize that they've put up like a false wall in there so that they can have a stand on the other side of the office. And so now the whole thing, there's like 3 or 4 little layers there of stand that have kind of changed the landscape of Main Street here in Thalos. Min is yet again sitting behind his little like his desk. The desk has been like shifted, like it's where the wall is, it just kind of pushes up against the desk, so he has to go like around just the one side, but there's still a door behind his desk. Otter the geek. How is it? Our saviors are here. It is good to see you.
Yes, we didn't think we'd see you again. Zombie apocalypse is overwhelming. Everybody scattered. It was crazy.
You all did a very good job of slaying those zombies and keeping us safe.
Thank you.
So, you've seen this before. You see a ancient-looking goblin with a top hat and a little like leisure coat, right? Like a sport coat. He looks like he is the most interesting man in the world, right? Yeah, he looks like that
What does
guy.
that mean?
What do you mean? He looks like that guy, but he's wearing a top hat and kind of drinking a cognac, right? His tone and his demeanor, like, don't seem like anything that you've ever seen from a goblin before. You all left in such quick time. Do you not want to be a part of the carnival?
It was great, so we just try to save ourselves.
We were trying to not get killed by zombies.
Well, I can respect that.
Yeah, thank
You did a good job of trying to get me not killed by zombies, and I appreciate that.
Collateral help. I mean, we certainly wouldn't mind traveling on a wheeled vehicle going forward.
Well, you have certainly paid for your passage, if you want to just travel.
There's no objections from the group. I don't see why not.
Oh, we would love to have you. Please, please. Your spaces are still available in the menagerie.
All right.
I'm good
Do
with
you
that.
remember where the menagerie was?
I might. It's been a while.
Kenny, take them back to their bunks in the menagerie.
It's been a week.
It's been a hell of a week.
And to be fair, you were only there for like 15 minutes.
Sure. Yeah.
I don't know if I could remember where I was a week ago for 15 minutes.
I was there for like an hour because I was attuning to something.
Yes, you were. You're... I don't know.
Yeah. It might have been the
It's been a long week.
hammer.
Yeah.
Or the armor, because we had literally just.
I don't think I liberated any armor. Religious.
So as you find your way back to your bunks, the show goes on around you. The other carnies are happy to see you. They all greet you, the two of you, with love and respect and thanks. And the snake lady says, so the guard that you took your mask off in front of thanks you, but asks you to politely never take your mask off again in their presence. Like, they would very much appreciate it if you just keep the mask on. Like,
I'll consider it.
but
Wasn't there a tiefling also?
there was Nero sees you and like there's a deep smile, and he says, "I'm still looking for that conversation that you wanted to have about patronage."
Oh yes, I'd love to. We can start collecting things shortly. But yeah, how about you and I will.
We'll
sit
talk
down.
tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Come find me as we leave town.
Get some Jimmy Dean sausage links, and we'll talk it over.
Excellent. So you find your way to your bunks, settle in, and evening comes, and there is a form of relaxed jubilation that has probably been a long time coming. Certainly for the two of you, and you as well. For you, this, I would say this is still probably a bit overwhelming, as this type of like jubilant affair, certainly not common where you're from, and you've like in the way that the Grinch dislikes the sounds made by the Who's, like when the elves had their types of like parties, they weren't this loud, right? Like there wasn't so much ruckus, right? So on some level, this feels like just too loud, maybe for you, but you certainly get this overwhelming sense of safety in this community, like in the community inside the community, right? Like this carnival community seems to be welcoming to you. These two here, their presence like affords you a bubble of passage, right? As well, you don't necessarily have a official role. You have been identified as the saviors of the carnival.
So, in doing that, I'm like, well, when we have a minute, I'll take you around and introduce you to some people, and just so people know your face and that you're okay with us, and you know you aren't you can be trusted.
Sure.
So stick with me. You know what I mean? As he has his cape on and you know like that, and you're like, you know,
Human skin cape.
exactly.
And I will say we should end it right there.